I get all the weirdest little messages on here. Hey guys, welcome, welcome. I am Tara Diana. I'm an empowerment medium. This is the Unity Circle. This is where I come together with sometimes members of the collective, sometimes not. Tonight is a not night. And we do something kind of inspirational. We talk about connection, we talk about inspiration, and listening to spirit, right? Because that's the thing. I'm grateful to be here with you. If you want to let me know that you're here in the comments, I can see you. I am streaming into this, so I do like to see the comments. I can see them. So I'm just going to double check that I can see them. And I'm trusting I can see them. I don't know why I can't see them. Oh, because I'm looking in the wrong thing. Of course, that is a typical Tara thing now, isn't it? Okay, let's do this. So welcome to the Unity Circle. Again, I'm Tara Diana, Spirit Essence by Tara Diana and the Spirit Essence Collective. And this circle is a little bit different tonight. We're planting the seeds for something we'll be journeying through together in September. And that is the fall equinox. So even though the equinox, you guys, is like weeks away, the energy of balance is already stirring. There is so much that happens in this particular season that this is the time of year when nature begins whispering about change, leaves shifting, evenings grow longer, and we're reminded of the importance of tending to both our light and our shadow. So this is the time of year where we start looking at different different vibes, different feels, right? Trying to see where we could let loose of some of the stuff that we've been holding on to for the whole year. And I love, love, love that. I'm just seeing if anyone's on here. No one's on yet. I trust that you guys will come. So the equinox represents equal day and night. It's a mirror for us and where we are being called to find the balance. That's what we want to be looking at. What is ready to be harvested and what is ready to be kind of released, right? Like just let go of. I love fall for that exact reason. I love when it gets a little bit crisper out. I don't necessarily love that it gets darker, but we can feed into that. I also love that things are supposed to change, right? You take those leaves, you take the idea of the colors changing on them, and you see that all kind of merging into a space where you can make your own mind up what needs to be changed. And so we always talk about solstice and winter being about reflection. I feel like there is a whole lot of energy. Hi, Cindy, welcome. There, I feel like there's a whole bunch of energy in the season here that we need to do reflection. I truly believe that in all seasons we should be doing reflection, not just in the winter solstice, but in particularly this one, in terms of releasing. We don't always put the right amount of energy into it. We really want to be able to know why we need to release this. Not just that we don't want it, whatever it is. Not that you don't want this, don't want this. More along the lines of the why we don't want this. And going deeper than just, it doesn't make me feel good, or I'm tired of it, or anything like that. We want to move out of that space and into more of the, how do I say this, idea of being in control of what we are pursuing moving forward. So when we release something, we make space, right? We make space. And when we make space, we want to make sure that we are filling that, because it does become a void, right? When you release, there's a void. Making space is a nice way of putting it. A void is when you are like saying, You want to fill that up with something. Now, I always say to my clients when we're doing release work, if you create a void and you don't know in this moment, because maybe you're overwhelmed or maybe what you thought you wanted to put in isn't the right thing, you put in love and light, self-love and light. You focus on you, because this is your inner peace. This is your body. So you want to focus on what you need in the moment. You can always focus on everyone else afterwards, but you have to fill your cup first. So when people say to me, oh, I don't know what to put in there, I don't know what to do, I always say, legitimately go with the safest route and what you deserve, which is love and light, self-worth, self-care, self-love, and fill that void up. Now, when we talk about changing and whatnot, I feel like a lot of people don't do it. They like the idea of it, but a lot of people don't do it. They will follow a full moon ceremony, but then completely forget about what they did. They will come to a new moon ceremony, follow it, then completely forget what they did. The ritual act of itself is actually the least important. It's the follow through after you do it. So if you were going to do a ritual in terms of releasing and filling the void, you want to make sure that you are paying attention to what's happening down the road. So it's not just a one night affair, right? Where you slink in, you do the work, it's all like beautiful and smoky and hazy, and it's just this really, sexy kind of feel. You did it, you released, you feel really good right now. And then you walk out the door and it's like the same day it was when you walked in, the same energy it was when you walked into the room. You want to make sure that you are paying attention to that. Hi, Jen. You are paying attention to all that energy, because if you're not going to feel yourself progressing. You're not going to really feel the release that you've been sitting here talking about the whole time and practicing releasing and whatnot. You're going to be like, I feel a little bit different, or not different at all. So in the fall season, whatever you want to call it, I always like to put together, and if you know me, I like to put together events for the equinoxes and the solstices, specifically those. There's 8 Sabbaths, but it's easier to focus on the main ones. People understand that better. I like to focus on having an event, and I've invited a group of people for a week-long event. So we will be doing this via Zoom. It'll be in the evening, and it will run Sunday the 21st. That one's not in the evening. I believe that's going to be in the day. And we'll have this all, it'll drop into the comments down here. I'm hoping tonight we will put that in there. I'm terrible at this stuff when it comes to doing it here, and I should have just copied and pasted it, but you know me, last minute everything. And then it will run right through to the Friday. So that's 5-6 nights of intense workshops and demonstrations and meditations, and 60 minutes each, and we're doing 2 a night. So you can pick and choose which ones you want to go to. Hey, Nicola. The cool thing about doing something like this is that I get to invite a group of different people, and some of them are from the collective, some of them are not from the collective, but the purpose is to find the different rituals that will feed your soul, the different things that you can do that resonate with you, because not everything I do is going to resonate with everyone. Not everything Courtney, who's a guest, does is going to resonate with anyone. But if you don't have options and you don't have choices, you won't know what's going to resonate with you. So I've put this together with the help of my Spirit Essence team, and we're really excited about it. And I'm just wondering, if anyone is in here, how they feel about releasing. How do you feel about balancing yourself by letting go and bringing something new in? If you want to type in the comments, I would love to see that. I would love to see who's on here, who's watching, and let me know. While you're doing that, I'm going to do a meditation where we flow into the fall equinox, so you guys get a kind of good vibe, good feel for it. But I'm just going to look in here and see, give you guys an idea of like who's coming and doing what. So on Monday, there's 2 workshops. One is with Courtney Dawson, psychic medium. She's a mentor. She has a podcast. She's amazing. She's so much fun. We work very differently, but she has so much great tools under her belt that I love the way she does her mediumship. And she's doing a Harvest Your Mediumship Gifts, a Mabon activation. I love the word activation. Excuse me, I got dog hair in my lips. I like that. I like an activation, a good activation, and it really... Hey, Karen. Hi, Deb. And let me know, you guys, in the comments how you feel about releasing and manifestation. Just put in there, I love a good release. I don't know how to release. whatever it is. I want to see what you guys are doing. Then after Courtney comes in and does her session, Jody Ann, who is a very dear friend of mine, we go back way back. She's a nature loving witch. She's a tarot reader, one of the best tarot readers I have in my arsenal of people I can pull out and ask them to sling cards all over the place. She's going to do a moon glow, working with the phases of the moon. I think this is extremely important. Releasing is a big part of my practice as a moon astrologer. Love it. Genevieve, I hope I said that right. I could say it wrong. Forgive me. You are a moon astrologer, girlfriend. You need to send me a DM. Okay, baby? You need to send me a DM. I would love to have you do some work with us. So send that to me. If you're interested, baby. And then the Tuesday night, we're going to do a unity circle, which is all going to be based, hi, Bim! It's all going to be based on the fall and the harvest and whatnot. Then Wednesday, Christy Abel, who's part of the Spirit Essence Collective. She's a human design practitioner, and she's going to be using human design to up-level your relationships. Now, here's the thing. I want to talk about this for just a second. Releasing something can mean releasing toxic energy around people. And because Christy has the background and a full education in this to do with relationships and psychology and all of that, she's able to use her education and her knowledge in human design to help people navigate relationships. Now, when most people think about relationships, babies, you're thinking about, a spiritual union or a union. Do you understand? And I want to say, babies, that's not, it's all of them. It can be family, it can be friends, it can be co-workers, it can be even with yourself. And because she blends the human design with her other education, it is a fine-tuned tool. It really is. So I would love for you guys to come and see her. And then another Spirit Essence Collective member, Tanya Fuller, who is fairly new to the collective, and we're so excited to have her. She'll be doing distant crystal Reiki healing. Like, babies, in the middle of our session, because we're going Sunday to Friday, we have someone that's going to come in and clear all the energy. My goodness. I am like a hot mess. Changing all the energy for us. And there is nothing better to end an evening with than with a Reiki session and to level that up, to amplify it with crystals. On Thursday, another Spirit Essence Collective member. And that is Ramona Oliver. I totally forgot Francis. I am so sorry, babies. Let's go back to Francis, another collective member. I see you, Nicola. I'm going to respond to that in 2 seconds. She, on Tuesday, will be at 8 p.m., which is half an hour later because of the Unity Circle. And she will be doing From Darkness to Light, a seasonal call to remember. It's a meditation. I love that so much. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I love that. And if you can't make these are recorded. So when you register to join us, you'll get the recording. So you don't have to worry about it, babies. She is a medium and a hypnotherapist. And it was so funny. Everyone asked me to put a whole hypnotherapist thing together. And then when I presented it, where was everyone? Like, I don't know. You weren't with us. Well, you weren't with Francis. So we're going to do that again in the new year. We're excited to do that because hypnotherapy has a whole lot of value. And interestingly enough, and I know people argue with me, I cannot be hypnotized. I can't. I was literally going to call Francis and be like, girl, you need to help me go through the whole chocolate withdrawal thing. But I just instead decided to just eat the chocolate. Nicola, yes, I do release work often with all the crap in the past, etc. I got a card pull for myself today. That's what I need to work on more. Releasing the pain, armor, forgiveness to be open to receive from spirit, etc. Love that. Because here's the other thing about releasing, because now we're just chitter-chattering, friends. But here's the other thing about releasing. When we release, we are basically saying that we are going to start a process. For most of us, we're starting to process. We're releasing a specific something. We are not saying that it's going to happen overnight with this one ritual, this one release. We can't do that because for most of us, what we're carrying, what we want to release will be something that we really want to release, which means it's probably embedded in us. We've probably carried it for a very, very long time. And I always use this analogy and I love it. It takes 5 minutes to put on 5 pounds and 5 years to take off 5 pounds. So We have to work on it. It's a process. It's not a fix, a fast fix. It's a process. So pull that card, and I'll pull a card. Nicola, here's the card I'm going to pull for you right now. Oh, leadership. You're taking control, girlfriend. You're taking control, and I love that. The stag energy, and it says leadership. And leadership for me, in terms of you, in terms of, you know, Spirit and I working with you right now, is all about you're taking control. You're saying, okay, I've listened, right? And sometimes the message has to be given over and over and over. I boxed my cards over and over and over again for us to be able to really appreciate what Spirit's trying to show us. And then we have to be able to shift and adjust accordingly, right? Spirit gives us a tool, and it's a tool that we're like, no, don't want it. No, don't like it. We can't go quite down that road. Instead, what we should be doing is being like, okay, let me sit with this. Let me take the bits and pieces that resonate with me, because you'll never get something that is a complete immediately no. I get that all the time, but immediately no. It will always have some flavor to it. And I find that the best work I do, hello, Karina. The best work I do is when I take something that I loathe. And loathe is a heavy word, but loathe is the truth in my world. If I don't like something, I usually don't like something. So if I can go into that space and I can sit down with Spirit, my Spirit team, if you don't know who your Spirit team is, you need to hit me up and I will help you with that. But you need to sit with your Spirit team and you need to be able to be like, okay, I don't love what this message means for me. I don't love it. It's not the path I've chosen, or it's not what I wanted to hear. That's a big one. But what am I going to do with it? Because that's what Spirit gave me. I want to preface this now, though. Sometimes we come across a reader who is just not the right reader for us. So no matter what they're going to say to us, it's not going to resonate with you. It's not going to resonate with me. So if you can practice the ability to discern, to be able to go into it and take whatever it is, even if it brings your hackles up. Hi, Stephanie. How are you, darling? Even if it brings your hackles up, if you can go in there and be that person who legitimately can say, okay, I'm looking at this with a clear perspective. Not with judgment and not with expectation. I've left that out the door. I'm listening to what they're saying again. Always get your messages recorded if you can. If you can. I mean, everyone walking around with a cell phone, baby, we all should be able to record our messages. And then pick at it. Be like, okay, I really can't take that. I cannot take that with my full chest. But that other part right there, that other part, I'm sure you all would love messages, and I'm not there yet, not even close. So we got a meditation to do and stuff, so hang tight with me. What I'm saying is important. So just stick with me, babies. So you want to be able to pick that apart and be like, nope, that I cannot take that. There's nothing in me that can take that. And then you get this little next piece and you're like, but wait, I feel that. I understand that, and now I can work with that. That is so valid and so important. So valid and so important. And when we are able to discern the messages and be able to be like, I'm not afraid to pick apart a message. I don't get a lot of messages because I just don't go looking for them. Spirit clearly connects with me, and if they're not, I know that someone is going to say something. They always do. I'm surrounded by mediums. I'm surrounded by intuitive practitioners, energy healers, and so someone's going to be like, hey, I know what you need. I know what you need. And I'll be like, okay, you know what I need. So I love that. And remember, guys, hi, Emily. If I see Stephanie, actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jot them down. Steph wants a message. Oh, I'm writing Karina. I don't know if you want one or not, but I'm trusting. I don't know anyone that comes on here just to listen to me babble. Everyone wants messages, but I trust that what Spirit says to do, I'll do. So let's go to the next phase. When you look at, I didn't get to finish what I was saying though, but when you look at things like taking control, here's a perfect example. Messages are amazing, but what are you doing with the message? What are you doing with the message? Hi, Cassandra. I haven't seen you in forever, girlfriend, if you're the right Cassandra. that's a key thing. Like coming in and getting message after message after message. How are you making them work for you? There's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that if you are working with the messages. So I would love to see people in here. Let me know how they work with their messages. If you belong to several groups or you follow several people, I would love to see, right, Cecilia? Absolutely. There is a whole thing outside of the message. So what are you doing with it? I'd love to see someone comment on that. While you're commenting that, I'm going to finish off what's coming up for you guys September 21st. I was hoping someone was going to drop a thing in here, a link, if anyone was truly interested, but I don't know if she can get in here. She might not be able to, so hopefully she's dropping the link in the Facebook group that I'm streaming into. So Ramona's on Thursday. She's part of the Spirit Essence Collective. Love that, Cecilia. Aw, thank you, Bim. Thank you. She's an intuitive medium, psychic, Reiki master practitioner. She does a lot of inner child work, which is something I generally don't do. I do soul retrieval, I do other things like that, but I send people to her for inner child work. And her talk is going to be on balancing light and shadow, a spiritual journey through the fall equinox. So everyone's giving you some taste of meditations, seminar kind of workshops. There's Monica. Hello, boo-boo. It's way past Monica's bedtime because she's not in Canada with me. So I appreciate her. And demonstrations and polls and all sorts of cool things. Then my good friend Aaron Turner, who I am trying to bring into the collective when he's ready. He's a motivational speaker, inspirational singer, psychic medium, and voice artist. He's doing Remembering ... the Soul. He's powerful. He's fun. But he's powerful. So I would love for you to come and get that. Ramona! I just sang Ramona's praises, and she is a lovely, lovely soul. I love having her in the collective. Yeah. And so let me finish this up. Alana, oh, I say her last name wrong. Alana, if you're listening, love me regardless. Alana Serprenant. Soulful mentor, speaker, and creative catalyst for women ready to reconnect with their truth. She's going to be doing a Rooted and Radiant, a soul reset to reflect, release, realign, and remember your radiance. That's a lot of ours, and I want someone to write that out and repeat it to me. Ha ha ha, just kidding. But she's a lovely soul who has a really strong connection to the divine feminine. Now, I'm a person that doesn't believe necessarily in divine feminine, divine masculine. I believe that it just always coincides. It's just one's a little bit more than the other, but that's neither here nor there. Don't want to trigger anyone. And then finally, on Friday at 7:30, Sarah, who's about to join the collective, is going to do breath work. I love that. Breath work for healing. We have an amazing group of people for an event that if you are wanting to do more, right? If you are wanting to do more than just release or just get another card pull or just, we got you. And here's something I want to discuss. I follow a lot of different practitioners for a lot of different reasons. And I'm never going to gaslight you. Okay? I am never going to gaslight you. I am never going to charge you something that is astronomical, except for poor Emily's probably in here going, your mentorship. It's okay, girl. You'll get what it's worth. I will never do that. Because how am I being of service to spirit if no one can come to it for whatever reason? I really want you guys, and that's why I keep coming on here and I keep talking about things and I keep saying, let's be inspirational, let's inspire each other, let's build community. One day I want this to not be 15 people on here. I want it to be 50 people on here. I want it to be 60, and not just because they're coming to get a message, but because they're coming to hear the message, right? To be a part of a bigger picture, to be more than. Right? And that's the growth. If you go all the way back to when I first started doing this work, I had and she's still one of my dearest friends, and we still do lots of work together, but she has a muggle job that takes up a lot of her time. We started Lyra, and it was Lynn and Tara, so L-Y, Lynn, R-A, Ra, Tara, and it was all about building the spiritual community. Like-minded people. I've never lost that. Never, ever lost that. Aw, thanks, Em. Thank you. I've never, yeah, that's the whole point. I'm going to say something else. I'm getting way off topic here, but I will do a meditation and I will do some messages. I promise you all. Um, I went to an event on the weekend. I think Cecilia's going to hear me out here. I went to an event on the weekend. It was probably the most fun I've had doing an event in a long time. It was just a group of about 7 or 8 women. Nancy Christine Brady, animal communicator, psychic medium, came with me, you know, my co-host and my podcast. And we just had fun. Like, we just had fun. I mean, my dog bit me, so I was hobbling, and then they all took care of me. It was beautiful. Anyway, but I had fun, but the connections were deep. The connections were powerful. Oh, I can feel a little Chapitty over there getting ready to bark her head off. So if she does, bear with her. She'll try to burst out the door. She's watching me because she's like, are you going to get mad at me? And those are the kinds of things that I love to do. So not everything has to be online. I love the in-person stuff. That's why I do the potluck at the church. That's why I run I run a mini psychic fair every month at different places. One in Steveston, one in Burnaby. This is why I do that. Not because I need anyone's money, because I want the community to come together. Period. Hard stop. So on that note, I think I've got this ready to go. Let's do a meditation. It's about 7 minutes or so. If I talk fast enough, I can make it shorter, but I'm not going to. Let's just move into a bit of a meditation here. I want you to just relax into everything I've said. Why do you need messages? Do you need to release? Do you pay attention to energy in seasons, how it shifts and how it changes? So close your eyes, boo. Don't worry if the dog barks. Take a slow, deep breath in. Let it out with a sigh. Let yourself arrive right here, right now. The world can wait. You've given yourself these next few minutes to connect to spirit, to earth, and to your own inner balance. So let's stay in that space. With each inhale, imagine golden light filling your lungs and flowing into every cell. With each exhale, release anything heavy you've been carrying. Let it fall away, babies. Breathe in and release. Breathe in and release. Excellent. Now, picture roots growing from the soles of your feet, reaching deep into the earth. Feel the steady stream, the strength of the soil, the rocks, the ancient heartbeat of Gaia. Just sit in that space. Above you, see the sky shifting from the bright heat of the summer to the golden hues of fall. Leaves swirl, crisp air whispers, and a quiet sense of balance settles in. Breathe in, breathe out. In front of you is a beautiful doorway of light, the fall equinox. It's a portal between light and dark, a moment where day and night are equal. Step into that doorway. And as you cross through, you feel a sense of harmony washing over you. The perfect balance of letting go and receiving, of endings and new beginnings. Breathe in Breathe out. Now, place your hands over your heart and feel its rhythm steady and true. And whisper to yourself, I am ready to release what no longer serves me. I am open to receiving what is meant for me. Let these words sink into your energy field. Breathe in. Feel the shift, the preparation, the calling of spirit. Release. Hear spirit saying, there is more waiting for you. Now take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly return to this moment, wiggling your fingers and your toes and rolling your shoulders and your neck. The equinox is a sacred turning point, lovies. You've just touched the edge of its energy. But imagine what happens when you step fully into it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what all this chitter-chatter in the Unity Circle's been about. That's what awaits you at our fall equinox gathering. Spirit, community, and the magic of balance all woven together. So when you're ready, open your eyes, carry this balance with you, and remember that the doorway of the equinox is waiting for you to walk all the way through with us. Take one more breath in, everyone. Release. Woo, yay! Good stuff. I'm seeing some of the messages. Aw, and Monica, I'm sad you guys are far away too. Cecilia acts like she's far away, but she's not. I'm happy to come to Cecilia, though. Because Cecilia's got bears in her yard. That's a topic for another day. Love me some bears. Okay, let's do some messages. If you would like a message, put your name down. I'm going to start with the 3 I took. Okay, literally, I know it says Steph, but it looks like I wrote STEM. Deck cards. Stephanie, are you still here? Can you let me know, please? Can you let me know? Can you let me know? Can you let me know? Okay, so hopefully she'll pop on. I'm going to give her the message anyway. I see Cecilia just sent a little message. Oh, Deb. Cecilia. Thanks, Emily. Thank you, Carm. I see you. I've got you on here, Carm, Deb, and Cecilia. Okay, let's do this, babies. This one, though, is for Steph. Actually, it's a good thing I'm writing them down because then I can see what's going on here. Okay, Steph, I'm pulling a card for you tonight. Oh, Starry Night Acceptance. This is very interesting to me because this card particularly means accepting what you've been thinking about during this whole thing. There she is. Good girl. I got you, baby. This is a card that says that there is 1,000 different things that can go on in your world, okay? 1,000 different things. And when you look up into the sky, you can pick and choose what you want. You can pick and choose how you want it to work. You can do that. Then, in my mind, I would say to you, step into your power and think about the things that aren't serving you right now. Thanks, Kim. Think about the things that aren't serving you right now. And those things you can accept or you can change. Acceptance can work both ways. So, Stephanie, I would choose to release and accept what next steps are coming for you. Because Starry Night means there's a million opportunities out there. It means that you need to be looking at all the options, Steph. All the things that are going on, girlfriend. Not just one, but all. Okay? All of them. And then decide what you want to do. Then decide what that looks like. Monica, I'm going to leave that with you, Steph. Thank you so much for putting that back in there. She's given the links. You guys go and check it out. You're going to be really surprised at the pricing of it. Like, so surprised and happily surprised. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next person. So that was Steph. Karina, I'm going to give you a message. Hopefully you're still here. Serenity prayer. Absolutely. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Absolutely, baby. I love the opportunities for you. That card to me, that is such a powerful card. And my deck is well used, but that is one of my favorite cards out of the deck because I want to accept change if it's shown to me. I want to accept opportunity if it resonates with me. I want to accept, right? I want to accept, period. Okay, this is for Karina, and it's the Raven Spirit, and it's truth. Now, here's the thing. Raven to me always means signs, okay? Always means signs, omens, pay attention. Are you paying attention? I'm trying to get your attention. Spirit's trying to get your attention. Universe is trying to get your attention. And the crow comes in and says, this is the truth. What you choose to do with it, Karina, in any situation is up to you. But these are the truths you're being shown. Now decide if the truths are your truths. Do they resonate with you? Are they something that you are willing to embody and embrace? Or are they truths that you're like, whoa, Nelly, sweet goddess, we's got to be doing something about that because that's not resonating with me, right? You're welcome, Stephanie. That is a big thing. Just because signs are being shown to us, we have to understand what those signs mean. And that's why I always say to everyone, you know, if you love cards, if you love getting pulls, if you love mediumship coming through and getting messages, how powerful is it if you get the foundation of that work under your belt yourself so that you can discern your own messages without having to go to some. Sometimes it's fun to have readers come to you, right? Like I did this reading today for a 90-year-old man. 94. He was 94 and a half, and he was arguing with his daughter-in-law about that. It was so cute. But 94 and a half. And I read for him for 60 minutes. I brought his mom, his dad, his wife, his brother. I brought them all through. And in the middle of the message, his mom says to me, tell him I know about the brown cow. She shows me a brown cow. I said to him, brown cow. He's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I don't know. It's a brown cow. I'm just the conduit, baby. I don't know. And he's like, I don't understand. And his daughter-in-law is staring at him. And finally she says, Dad, she calls him Dad. When you look out your window every morning, what do you see? He looks at her and he says straight up, he says, a brown cow. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God, a brown cow. But he couldn't take it in relation to his mother telling him that. It was so funny. That just showed that she's with him, that she sees what he sees, that she is in spirit with him. So, I don't know why I told you that story, Karina, but there you go. Karina, that's for you, baby. I'm going to Carm now. I hope I say that right. Carm? Why am I so terrible with names? If you're still here, Lovey, and I think you are, we're going to go ahead. I have time to do a few more messages. I have Deb, Cecilia, Emily, and Kim. Kim didn't necessarily say she wanted one, but I feel like if you're here, you probably want one. If anyone else would like a card, you want to get your name down now, because when I'm done, I'm done. Right, Ramona? That was so funny, though. The way his daughter-in-law was looking at him, and he's like blank, like completely blank. But then I said, oh, and your mom, by the way, she was like very, very short. He's like, she was a midget. I was like, well, there's a word you don't hear very much anymore. And she the lady, and he had a good laugh at that. Okay, this one is for Carm. It's flexibility, and it's the willow spirit. So this is a really, really, oh, there she is. This is a really nice card because this card represents the ability. So willows kind of move, right? They want you to be flexible in your next steps, to be able to be open and go with the flow. And I say this because I feel like there is going to be some kind of career movement, Lovey, that's happening. And that career movement is going to want you to be, you know, flexible. It's going to want you to move into different spaces. It's going to want you to pick up and be able to, let the wind blow you where you need to go, knowing that you have full control. Though, can I just say that we need to really step into that idea of control as opposed to this idea of letting spirit take care of everything? Since when did we give up everything to spirit and just say spirit will provide, spirit will do this? You got to be in control, because remember what spirit gave us: a brain, gave us free will choice, and gave us personal responsibility. So I love that for you, Carm. Take the flexibility, go with the flow, do what you need to do. Do what you want to do. If it doesn't work out, what's you shift, adjust, and move on accordingly. So I love that flexibility card, and I love willows. Willow is my favorite tree. When we moved into this house 26 years ago, there was a big willow tree in our backyard. And one day it just cracked right in the middle and came right down and scared the living bejesus out of me and the cats I had at the time. And I was so sad. I mourned that tree. Holy did I mourn that tree. Okay, Deb, this is for you, sweetheart. I have a message from Spirit, please. I feel like I'm supposed to be telling you that chin up, chin up. There is a male figure coming through here. He loves to give you messages. Do you understand? This feels like husband energy, Deb. And when he's coming through, please, he's saying that there's more to come. The best is yet to come. You think you had the best, but there's more coming. And he says he wants you to step into that energy. He's saying to me, tell her to just jump in both feet. Both feet. It's okay to be good. It's okay to feel joy and happiness. He's not saying that you are like super sad. You're welcome. He's not saying that. That's not what he's coming to. But he wants you to have more. He wants you to feel more. He wants you to feel like there is loss, but then there is to be found, right? There are things that are coming for you, and he's saying this with such a beautiful tone to it. And also something about his cup. His cup of coffee. His cup, he has a mug. You can let me know in the comments. He's just got a mug and he's showing me it. I don't know what that means though. And I'm going to quickly pull a card. Moonlight, enchantment, magic. He's just saying enjoy life. Enjoy life to the best of your ability. And there is a wolf, which it means family. So I love that he chose this card for you. He just said to me, pull a card, she'll want a card. So there you go. Okay, Cecilia. This one's for you. Cecilia, I didn't have 1 ounce of time to write back to Amy today, but let me know in the comments, is Amy planning to do any kind of mediumship work? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. Okay. Oh, you got eagle spirit, which is literally the definition of spirit. Eagle represents spirit, flying high, connecting to the consciousness above us on the other side, but also connects to the freedom. Once we know we have the ability to connect to spirit, there is nothing that is more beautiful than being able to sit in that power, to be able to sit in that space and really hold your own. That is something that is so beautiful. And what this card represents for you is that you are able to do that. Now, you made a comment on the weekend about maybe shifting up some things. I would absolutely, thank you for the answer. I would absolutely say to you, if you don't want to step out altogether. Healer, heal thyself. So if you need to change how things flow, that's one thing. But don't step right out. You will eventually be drawn back into it, and you will be like, why did I do that? I'm not going to say you'll regret it, because you likely won't, but move back in. Yes, it was T. Okay. Thank you for that, sweetheart. Thank you. I hope that message made sense, Deb. So, Cecilia, I would definitely say to you that card represents a reminder about your true connection to spirit, and also that you have the freedom to make whatever choice you want. If you want to step out of doing what you're doing, then step out of it, and you can always step back in. But they're kind of saying to you, maybe you should change it a little bit so you don't have to completely step out of it. That's what I'm going to give you. Emily. I like the growing part, Cecilia. Honestly, I like the growing part. It's all about upliftment, right? Spirituality doesn't just stop. We're always growing and developing, even when we don't recognize it. So maybe it's time to recognize the growing. Growing, right? When you grow, sometimes that instigates the change. Okay, Emily, here we go, baby. Oh, you got owl spirit wisdom. This is an acknowledgement to what you are currently in, right? The mentorships, that things like that. This is an absolute. It says to you, you're seeing through the veil, you're seeing through the dark, you're getting the wisdom from us, you're learning, you're sitting in it, and you're doing it from a place of being very human, which is super, super important. When we can let me just say it like this. When we can sit in mentorship and be in our humanness, our rooted self, then we have clarity, focus, and understanding. So that what's coming down from the etheric into us is so much more powerful because we're able to understand it. Hi Ingrid, we're able to understand it. That is so freaking powerful. That is so powerful. So this card is what we call a confirmation card. Yes, you are connecting. Yes, you are receiving and you're doing the work. And yes, you are going to use it and be of service the way that you need it to be of service, which will appease spirit. The gods and goddesses above. I love that for you, Emily, though. There's nothing like getting a really strong message loud and clear like that. We are always growing, even when we don't realize it, Ingrid. You are absolutely 100%. I see you. Oh, why is Bam Bam in the hospital, Bim? I've got you, Bim, down. So that was Emily. It's going to go Kim, Bim, Nuella, Amisha, and then Ingrid. That's what I see so far, and that might take us right to the end. We'll see. Maybe it's time for one more. Kim, this is for you, beautiful. I hope you're still on here. You didn't request one, but I'd like to give you one. And here's your card. You got the unicorn card. Unicorn card. Unicorn card is everything and anything. It's the purity card, which is literally like believe in it all. Don't let anything stand in your way. Don't let belief structures, behavioral patterns, anything, yours or anyone else's, stand in your way. Stay the course. Be your authentic self in all its, capacity. Highest vibration, people will fight me on this, is authenticity. It is not highest, it's not love, unconditional love. It is authenticity. Then comes unconditional love. You have to be authentic to be able to unconditionally love. We should have a conversation on that, people, but that would not be today. So let's keep going. I hope that makes sense to you, Kim. I love that message so much. And if that resonates with anyone else, just let me know in the chat. Bim, here's for you. Okay. I'm worried about Bam Bam, but I'm not. Let me pull a card for Bam Bam first. Okay, that's a weird card for Bam Bam. It says focus. It says the wizard in the woods and focus. Now, the wizard in the woods means magic to me. So something's being worked on him, right? If he's in the vet, if he's in the hospital, then I feel like something's being worked on. And they're saying to you to focus on that, to focus on those good intentions and moving forward. I feel like he's in good hands. Do you understand? But remember, there was a conversation, and I'm going to ask if Dave can come through, and hopefully he will. But there was a conversation where we talked about, Dave saying, hey, you are clinging to Bam Bam because it's like the last thing I left behind. And the thing is I still don't feel Bam Bam is necessarily going anywhere. So if everyone here can put out the love and light, and I'll put something into the group tonight, hopefully, or tomorrow morning, first thing. Tonight. What am I saying? Tomorrow morning. We got to put in a post for Bam Bam, sending love and light to Bam Bam. And Bim, if you can send me a picture of Bam Bam, that would be great. Sometimes when people focus, it makes a big, huge difference. But the message I'm getting is to hold yourself together, to remember that you are strong. Thank you, Kim. You are strong, Bim. Okay. Yep, we're going to send him some healing. You are strong, Bim. You are, Kim, Bim. You are a powerhouse. you just don't feel it because it's hard to always keep your chin up and to always keep that momentum going when it feels lonely or sad or heartbroken. And you know, things that you and I have gone through, no one can understand unless they've gone through it. Period. Hard stop. So here's what I'm going to say to you. Call him close to you when you feel you need him, because he will come. Not Bam Bam Dave. Well, you can call Bam Bam close to you too. Just call him close. Let him feed your soul a little bit. But the thing is that you just got to trust that he's doing it. That when you call, it's happening. That when you call, he's there and he's filling your cup and helping you keep that chin up and keep moving forward. And if you send me the picture of Bam Bam, even if you do it right after you get out of here with me, I will put it in there and ask for our community. Right? We have this spiritual community, friends. If you're not following me in the group Empowering Intuitive Souls, please go there and follow us. We do beautiful work in there. And here I just come on to do the Unity Circle for us to be able to stream into other places. So that's my circle. That's where we do the beautiful work. Okay, that's for you, Bim. I hope that fills your heart. Noella? I have a Noella that lives with me. Very close. Spelled very different. Okay, let's do this. Is she still here? Let me know if you're still here. Amisha, let me know if you're still here. Ingrid, let me know if you're still here because I can see the numbers going down, and it's probably the people who've gotten their message. You know, sometimes I feel bad that people come on for a message and have to wait through all my talking and the meditation. And then I'm like, no, that's what Spirit told me to do. Like, why would, no. Okay, this one is for Nuella. The message that you're getting, sweetheart, is Pegasus, transcending. This is about change. This is about growth. This is about development and learning and becoming more. I see you, Ingrid. And becoming more and becoming powerful in your own self. This is about choosing for you. Not for anyone else, baby. Noella, this is about choosing for you and being that person who says, yes, I matter, I'm important, I'm creating my space. I'm there, like a dirty shirt. So I love that. Love that for you. Okay, Ingrid, since I see you, I'm not sure if Amisha's still on here. She says something, I'll do her next. But Ingrid, I'm going to... See, Cecilia, but that's, you know, baby... I know you hear me. I know it. But sometimes I wonder if other people do. I see you, Amisha. So I'm going to go Ingrid now. Amisha, because I pulled the card with Ingrid as intention. But I really, really wonder, I love you too, Bim, if people see that. Do you know what I mean? If people see that. The ones who stay, I really feel get the messages. The ones who pop off when they hear me start talking, you know, they'll find me when they need me or whatnot. Okay. So this is for Ingrid. This was, generosity. Generosity. I'd like to point out two things in this card specifically, Ingrid. How red the trees are. Root. Being present, grounded, clarity, focus, understanding, all those things. And the green. The brown is also a root, but the green is heart chakra and about what you're giving out. So generosity, they're saying that your generosity is very important right now. Being able to help people, Ingrid, in capacities, which could be anything from just a shoulder to lean on, anything like that is so important right now. So be aware of who needs you and then give a little bit of yourself, not all of yourself. You can't do that because we're not trying to burn you out or deplete you. Spirit doesn't want that. But little bits of yourself here and there will be enough to heal a situation, a moment, a piece. And that is so beautiful, if I do say so myself. But that is so beautiful, Ingrid. I love that. I love that. Take that and run with it, girlfriend. Just a little piece, because you know what? They're saying if you're rooted enough, if you're grounded enough, you're not going to deplete yourself. You're going to be able to give and also give back to yourself, right? That beautiful exchange. Okay, so Amisha, here we go. This is the card just for you, gorgeous. It's the power card. It's the dragon. So the power card is about control. It's about Thanks, Ingrid. I appreciate that, gorgeous. It is about literally taking control and also knowing when to give up control. Control is one of those tricky words that you'll hear a lot of spiritual people or practitioners being like, don't be in control. I am the opposite. I am like, you be in control until you know you don't need to be in control. We don't need to be in control 24/7. We need to be in control when it's important. So we've been talking about the fall equinox. This to me is such an important time to really look at what you are trying to control and what you feel you are not in control of, Amisha. It is a really important time to learn how to step into your power and how to step out of it. This may be confusing for you, but that is what I get. I feel that you have some opportunity to pat yourself on the back for the excellent job you're doing by being in control, by doing what you need to do, by living your best life. And then you need to be able to say, it's okay for me to let things fly by the wayside. It's okay for other people to do what they need to do. I don't need to be worried about it's not my monkey, not my circus. Right? That's the essence of the message. So, friends, in closing, I'm going to leave that with you, gorgeous. But in closing, I really want to invite you to the gathering. I want you to take a look. Just take a look. There's no harm. These women that I have invited, the Ramonas, the women in Aaron that I've invited, Ramona, Alana, Sarah, Christy, Courtney, Jodianne, Francis, Tanya, all of these people, and Aaron, have put time and energy to help you grow and develop in this space. And you get to keep all the workshops, so don't worry about whether you can get there or not. And plus, I think at the end of it, I'll send all you guys, as a final closing, a beautiful, beautiful meditation. I'll just send it to you by email, and you guys will love that all. That would be at the end of the fall equinox. Okay? I am very grateful to all of you for listening to me babble for the last almost 60 minutes. Cecilia, again, a great shout out. You're welcome, Amisha, to you for having us out there. Nancy and I appreciate it. It was so beautiful. I met some really great people who I hope I can continue to grow friendships with, and of course, you and I. Okay, that's it. That's what I have. Thank you, everyone. Have a fabulous evening. Mwah! P.S. I'm going to have my own radio show October 1st. Ah!